side.
So sick. Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna get right to it.
Hey there. Hey. What's going on, guys? Over here at the Underground. Welcome to the Underground. I complain, we'll find them. Got a little Resistance S&D for you. It's a decent gameplay. My final score here, I want to say, is like 14-1, I believe. And I didn't post it because of the score. I posted it more so for the fact that multiple rounds in this game are clutches, whether they're a couple guys or one guy or whatever. I clutch a few rounds in this, and I wanted to put it up just to kind of give an example, you know. Things, I guess, that I kind of want to get into with this, primarily, well, the first thing is going to be location. When it comes to particularly public stuff in a 6v6 setting, I want to contain a particular area like this. I saw that guy and I just couldn't make it over to him in time, and based on, I had seen this other guy, I want to say something happened over near house there, and so I roughly knew his location, and so as soon as I killed that one guy, I looked directly at that area. What you want to do on any map is try and find a location, especially in a 6v6 in a public setting where you know your teammates are going to be fucking shitty. I mean, oftentimes you'll get a good teammate and you won't have to worry about it so much, right? Or if you're running with buddies. Even if I'm running with buddies, I find myself in these general areas anyway. And it's not camping, guys. In Search and Destroy, it's not camping, alright? Your objective in an S&D game, and this is something people have always had a hard time understanding, and is when you're on defense, your objective is defending the bomb sites. You know what I'm saying? B on Resistance is an impossible spot to defend, okay? If a team gets a fucking plant off and they're positioned properly, it's nearly impossible to clutch and go get B. A, on the other hand, is possible to defend directly off of spawn, alright? So with that said, you need to find yourself in an area, so basically you need to try and cut off, in my opinion, on this particular side, to try and hold A. And your location is everything. Right here, when it comes to A side, I've got half the map covered, right? My weakness at this point is going to be if they came through parking lot mid-map through that gate and then cut down street towards me and went down the alley towards A. That would be my weakness. But you can see here, by having this cut off, this is exactly kind of where you want to find yourself, you know? It doesn't always work out. I'm not here to tell you that my way is the best way and that you should do this specifically. But if you can, this to me is one of the better ways in map control on Resistance with A side in particular. I don't necessarily have a good B thing going. I just kind of wing it. Typically what I'll try and do is if they are to plant on B, I'll cut through house or mid-map and I'll try and flank through that shop. And I'll do that because 9 times out of 10, that's where someone's going to be. So if you can pull that off, you got it going. But yeah. So location. Location really is everything in S&D. That's why people practice route times, pre-stuns, stuff like that. You know, it's vital. It's absolutely vital to getting in a position with an advantage, right? And so primarily, you'll need to focus on location on any map. Resistance is just my example here. And here was a mistake by me. I had tried to anticipate a B plant with this guy because he had taken so long. And this is kind of the erratic nature of public matches, any match in general. You do have to try and do things like that. If I had been sitting at A and he had planted B, I'd have been in a really poor poor area, and so I tried to anticipate that. But you can see, just work your spots, you know. By this time with this game, you're going to know where people are going to go oftentimes, and so try and anticipate that and just work your way around, you know. Use the clock, you know what I'm saying? Don't run in there like a chicken with your head cut off. It's not going to work out. You know, you need to try and utilize the clock, your experience as far as where people are going to go, and just take advantage of that. You know, if you look at some of my past videos on my channel, you will see that I do take the time to try and check certain spots. I try and switch it up, but I'm always looking and checking corners and stuff like that. The next point I want to take on is definitely going to be awareness. Awareness is absolutely crucial and key when it comes to S&D. Like with that first round where I had kind of anticipated that guy was going to be coming from house direction, it's just that little split second where you know where someone is. Here's how I like to think about it. When I know it's 1v2 and I kind of have an idea of where the other guy is, and then the other guy shows up, it's perfect because I know where that other guy's probably going to come from. You know what I mean? And so just try and be aware of where your teammates are dying, where people could be coming from, like that. You know, I knew a guy died just top balcony up there. And so as soon as he died, I continued to check just to make sure, because sometimes in pubs you'll find there'll be 2-3 guys running at you at one time. So don't just focus on one area. You have to continue to move and stay agile, stay aware of your surroundings, and awareness, man. It's key. It's key in Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just key in search. It's not just key in public matches. It's key in all aspects of Call of Duty. You'll just find that by being aware in a competitive match, you're playing top tier players, so just being aware is not enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's not enough. And this is my death of the game. Watch this. Not even sure what happened there, dude. So, but yeah, you know, keep that in mind. You know, I just can't express enough how big awareness is in this game. It's huge. Now on offense, you'll see my rush is I go this direction here and I stun mid-map. What I'm trying to do here is there's usually someone trying to cut up the flank, you know what I mean? Not even flank, but just to get in a good position, right? And that's my pre-stun nade spot, you know? Because that's really the only way that somebody can really get an upper hand on my team and basically split us up the middle. And you've simply lost map control. At that point, it's nearly impossible to win. When somebody's floating around in your spawn, unless you have teammates that are communicating with you, letting you know what's happening, it's almost inevitable you're going to get shot in the back. So just try to avoid that as much as possible. They were rushing hard, and so with this set, I mean, I had to fall back because my teammates were just dying like crazy. I happened to grab the bomb, so that's good. And in just a few moments here, they put up a UAV. And so what I'm doing is just trying to anticipate. I want to sit back where they have to come to me. And here's that herding mentality I talked about in another video on my channel. Is they're going to run to you inevitably, and you can see within 5 seconds I just killed three of the team, three members of that team. So it's not a bad thing to fall back into your spawn, because at that point you have map control, at least for that moment until they all get there. You know what I mean? So you want the gunfight to occur on your terms, if at all possible. And when I say your terms, I mean in an area that you can control most every side. Meaning no one's going to come from behind you because you're at the back of the map. So just keep that in mind too. Everything's situational in COD and particular search and destroy. And you just need to move at a good pace. You need to try to anticipate. You just don't want to run out. You have to expect them to be in certain spots. And I think here, he was stunning. I could hear the stuns falling back map, and so I knew I was clear to make this push to A. And I think I hit my Xbox thing there, pulled up my menu real quick. So, but yeah. So and at this point, I'm figuring because he was pushing that direction, that I'm going to sit over here because I'm assuming he's going to be coming from the direction of our spawn. And of course, I'm going to go over here and check B Street because that's kind of where I heard the stuns coming from. But inevitably, he does come from this way, and he's too late. So, you know, just try to improvise and implement a couple of the things that I talked about into your gameplay. You know, try and just be aware for a game. You know what I mean? Just try and think about where people are, where your teammates are dying, and that kind of thing, and see what kind of benefits you get from that. I think it'll help. So, looking forward to more, guys. Thanks for stopping by the Underground. Slicky, out.